Welcome back to Criminal Code. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Sterling. Today, we're diving into the chilling case of Joseph Bone Elwell, the man whose murder brought about significant discussions around criminal law.
Right, so let's start with who Joseph Bone Elwell was. He was a prominent figure in the early 20th century, an expert in the game of golf, and a celebrity.
He was quite the character, right? His murder in 1920 sent shockwaves through the community. What happened exactly?
Well, Joseph Bone Elwell lived the high life. Loved to play the races and was a top-class bridge player. In short, a real James Bond of the jazz age. And his death, quite in the spirit of Bondiana, turned out to be mysterious. On June 11, 1920, his maid found him badly wounded in his own study. Elwell died on the way to the hospital, a .45 caliber bullet casing lying by the desk, and the nature of the wound showed that the shot was fired at close range. The killer was standing almost right up to Elwell. There were no other marks in the room except for the casing. The circumstances were suspicious, to say the least.
That's always a red flag. It makes you wonder about the motive. Was it personal?
Exactly. The investigation revealed that he had some enemies, but the most shocking part was how the legal system handled the case.
Right. I remember reading that the initial investigation was riddled with issues. The only conclusion the police came to was that Elwell knew the killer well and had let him into the house himself. Rumor had it that one of his jealous lovers had killed him, but no one ever found out for sure. Evidence was mishandled, and there were conflicting witness statements, and
well, for starters, the circumstances surrounding his death were very suspicious. It wasn't just a random act of violence. There were layers of intrigue involved.
Absolutely. The details about his life and the events leading up to his murder are crucial to understanding the case.
Exactly. Elwell was involved in some controversial business dealings. Some say that might have made him a target.
That's an interesting point. It raises the question, did his lifestyle contribute to his demise?
Definitely. And then there's the criminal code aspect. The legal outcomes from this case had a ripple effect on how similar cases were handled afterward.
Yes, the investigation revealed a lot about the criminal justice system's response to high-profilizing cases.
Plus, the trial itself drew public attention. People were fascinated by the courtroom drama.
And the media coverage. It was relentless. They were looking for angles and insights into Elwell's life.
But it's also important to consider how that impacted the trial and the jury's perception.
Right, it's a classic case of how public opinion can sway justice.
And let's not forget the suspects. There were several people who had motives, which made it even more complicated.
Absolutely. The investigation was filled with twists and turns. It felt like a real-life mystery novel.
And the outcome? It sparked debates about accountability and the effectiveness of the criminal code.
Sure. It's a reminder of how crucial it is for the justice system to adapt and respond to such high-stakes cases.
Well, that wraps up our thoughts on Joseph Bone Elwell's murder. It's a case that continues to resonate in discussions about crime and justice.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next time with more true crime stories. Until then, stay safe.
And keep questioning the world around you.